Hi, I'm Storylord and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna dive into a story of God of War 1. Game came out in 205 and just made our childhood. I mean, who can forget this guy getting barbecued by Kratos? So beautiful, so beautiful. Before starting the video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. So,
Let's begin.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
the story starts with a guy named Kratos standing on the edge of the cliff. It's been 10 years since Kratos became God's slave and started serving them, hoping the God forgive him for his sin. But what sin? What sin he did that after 10 years gods still don't forgive him? Kratos thinks the gods abandoned him and he threw himself down off the cliff. His death is the only way to escape from the pain and suffer he's carrying with himself. A flashback comes up, which sending us to 3 weeks later. Kratos goes to Aegis for a mission. His mission is to find and kill Hydra. Hydra is a multiple-head creature. If you cut one head, 2 more will grow back. In his way to find the Hydra, Kratos hears women voices. Voices from Captain Cabin, crying and begging for help. But the door is locked. And that beside, fighting with Hydra is way beyond the Kratos' powers. Because of that, Poseidon, one of the 12 Olymp gods and god of the sea and water, comes to help Kratos and give Kratos his rage power, so he can vanish Hydra from Poseidon's kingdom.
Take this weapon, Kratos. Take this power and use it to defeat your enemies.
Kratos reached to Hydra and watched it swallow the captain.
Poseidon, save me.
Kratos engaged with Hydra, and after giving it a successful eye surgery, he enters Hydra's mouth. You may wonder, why in the actual he goes in there? So let me explain. Kratos wants to save the women. So he needs the key. Captain has the key. Where is the captain? So now you know why. Kratos finds the captain, and after asking for the key like a gentleman,
Thank you! Thank the gods you came back for me!
I didn't come back for you.
Kratos goes back to Captain Cabin, but it's too late. Monsters has already slaughtered them. This reminds Kratos a dark memory, something he did to his family 10 years ago. Sea is the only thing that's calm Kratos. He's moving between the Greek coasts, following the god's orders. Doesn't matter how many women he sleeps with or how many glasses of wine he drinks. None of them cannot release him from his pains. Kratos is exhausted with this endless suffer.
Athena! 10 years, Athena. I have faithfully served the gods for 10 years. When will you relieve me of these nightmares?
We request one final task of you, Kratos. Your greatest challenge awaits in Athens, where even now my brother Ares lays siege as we speak. Athens is on the verge of destruction. It is the will of Ares my great city fall. Zeus has forbidden the gods from waging war on each other. That is why it must be you, Kratos. Only a mortal trained by a god has a chance at defeating Ares.
And if I am able to do this, to kill a god, then the visions, they will end?
Complete this final task, and the past that consumes you will be forgiven. Have faith, Kratos. The gods do not forget those who come to their aid.
Athena sends Kratos to his final journey, so he may finally be forgiven by the gods. Kratos reaches to Athens, and the first thing he sees is soldiers running away from minotaurs. Minotaur, or in better accent, Minotaur, are monsters with the head of a cow and body of a human. In this game, they serve Ares. After making a tasty burger of them, and also dealing with other Ares pets, he reached one of the Aphrodite temples. Aphrodite is one of the 12 Olymp gods, and she is god of love and beauty. And she gives Kratos power of freezing enemies. Wow! Thank you, my lady! So, how can I have it?
But you must earn such a gift.
Oh, I should kill Medusa myself and take her power. Thank you for your generous gift, you. If you don't know who Medusa is, she is a woman with a snake body, an upper body of a human, and also her hairs made out of a snake. Cool, right? After killing her, Kratos can turn his enemies into a stone for a short time. In his way to Athens, Kratos sees a vision of the Athens sorcerer. It's wrong to call her sorcerer, but I just want to call her sorcerer. Anyway, she wants to talk to Kratos so she can help him defeat Ares. After Kratos passes the Athens gates, Zeus makes a phone call and give him his rage power. Kratos finally reached the sorcerer, only to see Ares monsters taking her away. Kratos starts following them until...
Good, my boy, good. Athena has chosen wisely. I knew it was so.
Who are you?
So, you have the blades, the skin as pale as the moon. You are the one indeed. Perhaps Athens will survive at that. But be careful. Don't want you dying before I'm done with this grave.
A grave? In the middle of a battle? Who will occupy it, old man?
You will, my son. Oh, I've got a lot of digging to do indeed. All will be revealed in good time. And when all appears to be lost, Kratos, I will be there to help.
After this completely normal chat with creepy grandpa, he finds Sorcerer and rescues her. She places her hands on Kratos' head to see his inside. She sees a brutal man who was a commander of a Spartan army. He started with only 50 men, and after a short time, his army reached to thousands of bloodthirsty soldiers. Kratos would destroy anyone and anything standing on his way. Only one person he couldn't scare, his wife Nashandra, which died by the hands of the ghost of Sparta. If you don't know, the ghost of Sparta is Kratos' nickname. Yes, Kratos killed his wife. But why? Sorcerer takes off her hands, terrified of the monster standing above her. She can't believe Athena sent such a demon for doing her mission, but she finally accepts to help us. She says, killing a god is not an easy task, and for doing your mission, you need the box of Pandora. Pandora was the first mortal human, and Zeus gave her two gifts. First, curiosity, and second, a box. Zeus told her to never open this box, but as you all can guess, she opened it. Inside the box was the shame, pain, and disaster, and with opening it, these things separate into the human's world. But in this game, the box is still closed. And it's carry the powers that Kratos needs to kill Ares. Pandora's box is hidden inside the deserts of the dead on the back of a titan named Kronos. Kronos is a titan, and Zeus punished him by commanding him to carry the temple of the Pandora on his back for eternity. Kratos traveled to the desert and find the Kronos horn. He summoned Kronos with the horn, and when our big boy come to the sound, Kratos used this chance to jump on him. But there is a problem. Kronos is way bigger than you can imagine. Kratos spends 3 days to climb up and reach the Pandora's temple.
So, you think you can conquer the Temple of the Gods, do you? It's never been done, you know. Sooner or later, the Harpies will bring what's left of you back for me to burn. The gods hid Pandora's box in here, so no mortal would ever claim its power. And yet, year after year, I open the gate for more and more soldiers and place more and more bodies on these pyres. If I were you, I'd leave now. But I can see you are determined. Very well. May the gods grant you strength to conquer the perils that lay before you. Good luck, Spartan.
And that's a real cool way to open a door. In the temple, Kratos finds Artemis, the daughter of Zeus and the goddess of the hunt and wildness. She gives Kratos a new weapon, the Blade of Artemis. Now Kratos will enter the temple and receive the box. Sake! Did you really thought that's going to be easy like this? For reaching the box, you need 2 keys. Let me give you some history lessons. Patus Verdes III, one who made this temple, buried his 2 sons here. And guess what? Their head is the key to open the door that lead to the box. Let me make it short for you. Kratos finds their graves and chop their heads off to open the door. I don't know which psycho wrote this part, but are you okay, bro? Do you need to talk to someone? Anyway, Kratos finds a room full of dead soldiers, and that shows us he's not the first person who came here. The soulless body of these soldiers take Kratos to the old memories. Youngest and also the most glorious Spartan commander, Kratos was the winner of all battlefields until facing the barbarians' army. His arrogance could not let him to retreat. He was ready to sacrifice everything. His army, his soldiers, even his soul. Kratos felt death breathing behind his neck. He yelled for Ares.
Ares! Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours.
Kratos reached to the highest point of the temple and sees a harpy. Harpies are human-shaped creatures, but with eagle claw and wings. Kratos knows it's a sign from his former master. We see the memories again. Kratos gives his soul to Ares. In exchange, Ares accepts him as his soldier. Ares gives Kratos the blades of chaos, blades from deepest part of the underworld. But this power cost a price too high, even for Kratos. Kratos comes out of the memory and says to the harpy,
Wretched beast! I know who it is you serve. Return to your master. Tell the god of war I am his no longer. Tell him he is not safe while I walk the earth. I will find Pandora's box, and I will use it to see him tremble and fall before me.
Kratos wants to go forward, but his memories don't let him to walk. Memories of killing hundreds of innocent people and also his beloved family.
Memories of what he'd done in the name of Ares. Memories of how he'd become a servant to the god of war. A beast. His humanity robbed and replaced only with the will to murder. No one was safe. Entire armies fell before Kratos and the soldiers who followed him on his unending path of conquest, all in the name of his master. Those who offered resistance of any kind were dealt with quickly.
They've built this temple to offer prayers to Athena! This entire village stands as an affront to Lord Ares! Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
Emboldened by the god of war, Kratos' army was ruthless, feared throughout the world for their brutality. All that mattered was conquest in the name of Kratos, their great leader, who had become near invincible. He feared nothing. But there was something about this temple, something forbidden. All his instincts told him he should never cross its threshold. Never step inside.
Beware, Kratos. The dangers in the temple are greater than you know.
But the village oracle's warning fell on deaf ears. His ambition would not be denied. All who opposed him would die. In that instant, the glory he had reveled in turned to horror. The image of his two final victims would stay with him for all his days. With that act, Kratos knew he could no longer serve his master. He had but one calling now, the death of Ares. He would murder the god of war.
Ares, you will die for what you did that night.
Now we know Kratos' sin is killing his wife and daughter. But why he killed them? And why they are even in that village? Ares wanted to make Kratos a perfect soldier. So he wanted to destroy all Kratos' attachments. A soldier who don't have anything to lose is a perfect soldier. Kratos goes forward and reaches to Pandora's room. And with opening the lock, he becomes the first mortal who finds the Pandora's box. Now Kratos should take the box to Athena and use it to kill the Ares. But that would be so easy. And because of that, Ares, from middle of nowhere, pull a big piece of wood out of his gigantic and threw it right to us.
You will rot in the depths of Hades for all eternity.
As the life began to leave Kratos, his thoughts returned to that fateful night.
Before death, Kratos see the innocent people he killed, and he remembered a god that gave him life once, now took his everything away.
From this night forward, the mark of your terrible deed will be visible to all. The ashes of your wife and child will remain fastened to your skin, never to be removed.
And with that curse, all would know him for the beast he had become. His skin white with the ash of his dead family. The ghost of Sparta had been born. In the end, in death, he had failed.
Harpies took the box and Kratos died. But the game should continue, so it's not the end for him. Kratos is falling into the underworld, and God knows how he managed to grab someone's feet. Well, guess who's that?
You won't drag me down to that cursed river!
There is a task left for me above. I will see it completed.
You again?
After going to the highest point of the underworld, a rope dropped above him. He climbs up and he comes out of that grave the grandpa was digging.
Ah, Kratos. And not a moment too soon. I only finished digging just a moment ago.
Who are you?
Now that is an interesting question. But for now, you must hurry. Athens needs you.
But how did you know I would...
Athena isn't the only god keeping watch on you, Spartan. Complete your task, Kratos, and the gods will forgive your sins.
Kratos is the first mortal who ran away from death and also reached the Pandora's box. Now, killing a god is not seems too much for him. Kratos gets close to Ares, and when he's trash talking to Zeus, Kratos grabs the box off his hands. And opened it. The power in the box made Kratos a giant. He stands above Ares. The monster Ares created one day now is here for him. After a real god-level boss fight, Ares realized he cannot defeat Kratos. So he makes him high and sends Kratos to an illusion. Kratos protects his family from himself, but
No price is too high for what I offered, and you rejected me. A god! Now, you will have no power, no magic. All that is left for you is death!
Oh, not again.
You should have joined me, Kratos. You should have been stronger.
By the gods.
Kratos wakes up from that illusion and fight starts again. Kratos grabs the Athena's blade and ends this battle once for all.
Remember, Kratos, it was I who saved you in your time of greatest need.
I haven't forgotten, Ares. I remember how you saved me.
That night, I was trying to make you a great warrior.
You succeeded.
His revenge now is complete. Athens is safe and his sins are forgiven. But Athena tells him no god or human cannot wipe his past, and he will carry it with himself until he dies. Kratos goes to the highest point of the Greek mountain and jumps off the cliff. Death is the only way to escape from his past. But gods have other plans for him. Athena takes him up to the mountain and says, the gods will not let their servant die like this after Ares' death. Now there is an empty throne, and they accept Kratos as the new god of war. And this was our story, a mortal who became the god of war.
Whenever men rode forth to battle for good cause or for evil, they did so under the watchful eye of the man who had defeated a god. They were driven forward by Kratos, the mortal who had become the new god of war.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And also tell me about your childhood memories about this game. Love you all, a Storylord. If you pay close attention, Athena never told Kratos that his visions will go away. She just told him God will forgive his sins. So gods never abandoned Kratos. They just gave him what they promised, not what Kratos asked.